One of my subscribers asked me if you could put a 700 road bike wheel onto a mountain bike fork. So first I thought, why would you want to do that? But then this is my old race bike and it's pretty harsh on the street. You feel every pebble. So I can see why you might want to put a fork on it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try and take these 700 cm road bike wheels and we're going to try them on a mountain bike. This is a 27.5, and then I've got this is my road comfortable grocery shopping bike, where this one has 26-inch wheels. So we're going to see if road bike wheels will fit on the 26, or if you have to get a 27.5-inch fork. The other consideration that may be more serious is how big is the head tube, because on this one you can see it's fatter than it is on my old road bike. I don't know if new road bikes have evolved to have a fatter head tube for more strength or not, so that would be the one part where you've got to look and just make sure you got the right part. The other thing would be, of course, the brakes. I've got rim brakes on this one, I've got discs on this one, and rim brakes on that one. So we'll see if they line up, and in that case, if you were going to get a set of road wheels for your mountain bike, like if you wanted to ride your mountain bike on the street, you'd have to make sure you had the same size disc rotors. So let's get the wheels off and put them on the mountain bikes and see what we get. All right, so if you put a measuring tape up next to it, your road racing 700 wheel is 26 3/4 inches from the ground to the top of the tire. This tire is 23. So if you have a fatter tire, it'll be a little taller, but you're looking between 26 3/4 and probably 27.5, depending on how fat your tire is. Yay, it works! Behold, the road racing 26er. So they actually do fit on the 26er. Let's get a close-up look at the back. There's some clearance there, some clearance there. Your frame may vary. One thing that you should also be aware of is, like on this one, this bike has a 7-speed and this cassette is 8 speeds, so you got to make sure that your gears line up too, in addition to your brakes, which they don't on this one either. There's no way to adjust these rim brakes up high enough to catch the wheel, so you're riding brakeless. Then in the front, this is a RockShox Recon Silver fork, and that's how much clearance you have on the top, so not a whole heck of a lot. Because I would think if you were going to do this and you didn't want to look silly and have people pointing and laughing at you, you'd probably go with something a little thicker, like maybe not that thick. Those are my street wheels for that bike. So, you know, if you wanted to go with some cyclocross tires or gravel tires or something, you might want to, instead of buying a 26, do 27.5. Like if you're putting a fork on a bike and you have the choice between 26 and 27.5 and your intention is to run big road wheels on it, then I would think you'd want to go with a 27.5 fork. And behold, 27.5-inch road racer, full suspension setup, pretty swaggy, eh? So let's take a look at how this fits. First thing I noticed was the disc brakes are getting caught in the spokes. So if you have disc brake road racing wheels, that might not be an issue. There's your clearance up front. So if you were to put one of these on, you could put some fat tires on this and it would still clear. So if your goal is to make a more comfortable road bike with some fat tires by putting a suspension fork on it, probably go 27.5 if you don't mind the change in geometry. Be a little more slacked out. On the back, again, you want to make sure you have the same number of gears on the cassette, which I don't in this case. And then if you have a disc brake, you want to make sure it lines up. There's a ton of space between the frame there, so you can run some big fatties on there. So the answer is yes, you can run 700s on either a 27.5 or a 26-inch fork and frame if you want to. You have more tire options if you go 27.5 than if you have a 26er.